Thanks for staying with us. So there's a new mental illness in Nigeria called emefiele. Many Nigerians so far have been having issues with... let me do my presentation properly.
Go ahead.
So many Nigerians have been having lots of mental problems as a result of the current cash crunch. We've been seeing videos of people getting slapped, people getting naked in banking halls, people crying at banking halls, people doing things they ordinarily wouldn't do because of the inability to access funds. This mental state, many of us have termed emefiele. It's a serious illness many of us, the rich, the poor, and the lowly, are going through right now. We'd like to open our phone lines. Call us on 08127053687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet to us if you know anybody who is currently undergoing this emefiele illness. Let us know the experience. Let's share so that people can actually be able to relay the message to the creator of this emefiele to understand the effects of it on the Nigerian people. Mike, let me start with you. I know you saw a few videos.
Mariah, you don't make heaven. You don't make heaven at all.
Yeah, I sent in the video of that guy. I think he must have been in a banking hall, and he's walking towards the stairs. It looks as if the security guy goes to ask him a question.
Where are you going to?
The next thing, he just turns around and slaps. Hot slap.
Wozzy. It's called Wozzy.
Woza. Slap different from slap.
You know, we're laughing, but can you imagine what that guy is going through?
Mental stress.
You know? And I commend the security guy who knew the problem and just stepped back.
Yeah.
I don't collect.
He was wise to do so.
Yes. But you see, the effects of this cash crunch, I mean, I was telling you that my brother called me the other day and said, hey, Maria, please, I have a family. They went to Nigeria. They're looking for money. I said, bros, if I have cash, I won't give you. Even you, I won't give cash. Let alone your friend. We are all looking for cash in this Lagos. I don't have cash. So I am under a lot of stress and pressure because I can't even give my card because POS, don't even forget it. I don't know how many of you have used POS. It's not working. Transfer is the only one that works right now.
Sometimes it hangs.
Well, my own,
fighting in the bank. So
it will double charge you.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, I sent my husband's driver to go get diesel. And I sent him, I think, about 98,000. Till today, we're still fighting to get the money because the banks are not releasing the money. The transfer just went like that. I had to cough out another money for him to buy that diesel. Till today, he's still going to the bank back and forth. So imagine if I didn't have any spare to buy the diesel. That's one. Or maybe that was my last cash. Or maybe it was the school fees I was trying to pay and the child would lose out in the examinations. Or maybe it was medications I was trying to buy and the person was just dying in my... So when we talk about this mental health issue, we always think it's something big, something out of the ordinary, something that will not reach anybody.
Extreme.
But it will reach everybody under very harsh conditions. Sometimes when we look at it, we say, why are you feeling depressed? Why are you, get out of it. This too shall pass. But when the stress workers and comes to meet you in this kind of situation where there is no hope, you can't even call anybody because the person you are calling is also looking to call you back for this assistance. How do you handle it? How do you become all of a sudden calm in the face of that situation? We saw that video that you posted of the elderly man who was weeping in the banking hall. What do you expect him to do? How does he handle that stress that has come to meet him? It's not as if he's fighting for pension, though. He has his money to collect it is a problem.
Let me take this call from Yakub. He's our second winner. Good morning, Yakub. Congratulations, you're our second winner. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah, good morning, Mariah, and good morning to everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mariah, it is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Every one of us, everybody is passing through this kind of a thing that you people are saying. Because imagine you have money in a bank, your personal money, your hard-earned money, and then you can't access it. Yesterday, I was listening to the economics that brought to the program. Look at what the man says. The man says a lot. I don't know if a Nigerian wants to do something like this, and then they were telling us they call people to the meeting to discuss how they're going to go about it. And then yesterday, the man made us know that they didn't even call Thomas of Chamber for the meeting. And then, in fact, the people say that they advise them, but they don't listen. See, I'm sorry to say this. We will continue to find ourselves in this situation. Why?
Right.
Why? Because if you can make a central bank governor so powerful and then Mr. President also powerful, only two people can decide where we go concerning our monetary policy. It is so wrong.
Right.
When I mentioned
Thank you very much, Jakub. Talking about yes, we discussed the emefiele and the BCBN and the governors a lot extensively last week and all that, but we really want to focus on the mental part of the effects on the people, what people are going through right now.
Look, I have this headache here. It's just here. And I know it's part of reading the papers today and saying banks are not collecting old notes. Meanwhile, my business, when they are paying with old notes, will I say,
Don't pay.
Don't pay? So you are just thinking, how do you pay your bills? How am I going to pay salaries at the end of the month? What am I going to do? So it's part of, I just like to always try and be in a good place.
Yeah.
You know, try and not let, but you cannot help but let these things stress you.
Yeah.
You know,
correct.
and
that's a real problem, YK, because the people, you have to collect the old notes because that's what people have right now.
Yeah.
But you now have to take that to the bank.
And then the
And
bank
the banks are
rejects you.
refusing.
That is,
so what do you do? What do you do? POS, you will see them, everybody with POS looking for a
Like
network. You say, what is wrong with this now?
Nima, let me tell you, what are your thoughts?
There's this breakdown that comes with helplessness. So maybe you don't even have enough in your account, but at least it can go just so much. It can go just so far to solve maybe a problem that you have. You now go to bank, they now say it's been limited, and you need it immediately. You're someone who has always lived your life in a certain way. You don't have people to call. People, even if you have people to call, and the people too don't have people to call. Everybody's managing what they have, and then your hands are tied. That's why you see people in the banks crying, begging for their own properties should be released to them. This had happened before somewhere in Lebanon, I think. And the man went to the bank with a full AK-47, ready to shoot and kill anybody. His plea was that you've limited cash withdrawal, but I need certain thousands of dollars. I am a rich man who has over how many? I think he has $30 million in his account. He wanted $300,000 to pay for his mother's health bill in Lebanon. And the video was trending sometime early last year. That, you know, I need that money and I must be able to take my money to pay for my mother's bills. And they were limiting cash withdrawal. So we will now enter it inside Nigeria here and say we are going to limit it. We had a guest, Dr. Bafemi Hamzat was on the show on Friday, and he mentioned that we have not even tested this, our e-banking thing, before we just go and carry this overload and give to it. And now we see a lot of breakdowns, just the example that BC gave. So you do transfers. Those of us who are used to doing transfers are now seeing the weakness of the system. I have never experienced things like that I've experienced where it takes 5 days, several days to reverse a transaction. Sometimes you pay for something, it will not reflect. I've been battling to pay 7,500 naira to a vendor since on my mobile app, and it's not going. You open app, it will not go. We pay money since on Saturday night, and we were only able to get a successful transaction last night. You wait at a certain hour to do your transaction before it will go through. The stress of it was not before.
Let's talk about stress.
There's this helplessness that comes when you look to your neighbor, and your neighbor is saying, even me, I'm helpless. All of us, we are helpless. You know how that feels?
Yeah.
Especially when it concerns feeding your children. You saw the woman who went naked in the bank.
Yeah.
You know, my kids are not eating.
There's a lady that I buy agbalumo from. Anytime she gets agbalumo, she calls me. Madam, don't get. She called me yesterday. That she has agbalumo. The one she has is the sweetest. I said, Auntie, can you take transfer? I don't have cash. Say, no, cash they collect. You eat agbalumo yourself.
And they are collecting old money.
Yeah.
They are willing to
Now, are we not working? Is this not going into a state of anarchy?
Counter-production.
Because if inside the town, you are collecting old money, bank are not collecting old money, so we will now be distributing that old money amongst ourselves.
But that's what happened yesterday. So, I've been getting cash from the market. Yesterday, I called. They were able to give me old money that they have in the morning. And so, Mama refused to collect money in the afternoon. Because she cannot do business. And people don't have transfers. They brought old notes. So she closed shop and they sat down. She was now calling me to ask me, how are we going to go about it? I said, there's a court order. Don't worry. She said, but what they are saying in the market now is that this old note cannot go. What, will she eat the market she had bought?
You will not.
We should consume it, and we'll have a government who is not taking things. You are sitting in an AC office in Abuja, wearing suits, meeting with the president in Aso Rock,
They still
and
met
you don't
yesterday.
have. I'm telling you.
Na third road
and
dem
you
dey
don't-
use o.
Thank you.
From
And you
CBN
don't
to
have
Aso Rock, it's third road o.
the pulse of your people, on whose lives you are controlling with your policies. I don't understand.
Let me take this call from Mrs. Ojo.
They swear for Ramo. I don't want to express swear.
Please, don't
on this
swear.
show.
Let's not express.
Let me not swear, but I'm just let him just know.
No, let's
That swears are flying in the market.
Let's control ourselves. Let me take this call from Mrs. Ojo from Alakwere. Good morning, madam. Are you there?
Wow. Third caller?
Please, Samurayo.
You're live.
Okay.
Caller.
Third caller, congratulations.
All the ladies in the group.
So your third caller for the gift. Go ahead, madam.
Okay, I want to happy back to all the
Ladies.
viewers.
Yes. All the views.
Okay, thank you. You are doing a good job, a fantastic job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
God will continue to bless you
Amen.
and your family.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes you just see a video on social media of somebody who used to be fairly decent, you know, suddenly the person is going naked, doing excess makeup, or doing stupid stuff that is just totally, not that bad stuff, but that totally is in contrast with the kind of person that person is. That's a flag. I mean, I don't know this person personally, but I used to follow this person for a while, and she was somebody I just liked her. Suddenly, she would take out the hair, she would loosen it more, then she would have really, really excessive makeup, and then she do green on her face. I'm okay, I hope this one is okay.
And why are you following this person?
No, because I used to follow her because I liked her home designs, I liked what she used to do, but suddenly
Her
she just
business.
flipped. So in my mind, I'm not close to her. I mean, I couldn't reach her, but I was just thinking, I was trying to read and understand
What was
what is
going
going on. Has the changed behavior from this to a full 360? You have green makeup on, and then she now started removing her clothes more. I was seeing more, and I'm thinking, then she wore bathing suit that she would never did before in the past. So for me, these are all expressions of various mental degrees. Stress.
Yeah.
In this country, stresses. So we use our online platform also to help express some of these things, just to ease out. If not, you burn inside.
Yeah. So we teach people how to manage stress. When you notice that it's not working the way you want it to work, there are certain things you can do. You can try meditation, you can try sitting in a place of prayer, you can try being positive, you can try helping somebody else. But when it came to this issue of the cash crunch, I'm wondering, do you think all these things we speak English and talk about, do you think they would work? Because how do I look at somebody who has not eaten, who doesn't have hope of eating, who is not as if he's poor, he just cannot have access to his own money? And I say, sit down and meditate. Not be slapping, go slap me so. Will this work in the face of this? So this is now a peculiar problem to us as Nigerians going through this sort of stress. I think this is the time for us to start reaching out to community members. That support that we used to have back in the day that we have forgotten. Everybody has built high walls now. This is the time to pull down our walls and help each other out. The other day on the show, the ladies were begging each other 1,000 naira notes and 2,000 naira. They were squeezing and sharing amongst themselves. This is the time that you have to pull those walls down and just, even if it's a smile to this person, and if you have food, the time to waste food has passed though. Please call the people that have not eaten around you and share this food with them. Because you can't be telling
The food you cannot
a
replace.
hungry man to sit down and meditate. He has to eat first so that the meditation would even work in the first place. We need to help people genuinely.
And from Bele, they
Somebody
talk
just
about-
tweeted something, I beg. He says, now God get land. That's what the drunkard said when the landlady asked him for rent.
And God
Replying
waiting.
to you
Get land.
on the
Get the
post
land.
on the Sultan.
No.
He's replying. He's not he. He's replying to you on the Sultan's post on the elders and governors issue.
Okay, that's God that has land, yeah.
I was going to say
Let's go.
that, you know, Nigerians should also please, we should avoid at this time, when somebody even finally accepts that you should do a transfer, don't do fraudulent transactions.
Yeah.
Don't deceive
This is
them.
not the time.
On Sunday at the farmer's market, the Yajebu, where we buy Gary from, she was saddened. She was crying. Somebody had bought Gary the weekend before and promised that she did a transaction. Mama does not have account. We usually pay in cash. But all of us now come now, we say we are doing transfer. So she uses her son's account. That one is somewhere in Ijebu, confirming all the transactions. You call him, you say, "Oti wale, owo wale, eloni," you will say the amount. Sadly, somebody called, he said they had done a transaction. She just said, don't worry, you can go. They will confirm everything for me instead of making a call. Just looking at the person, the way he was carrying himself, that this person is another person, will not lie. That transaction did not drop. Whether that person is saying the truth or not now.
Maybe it drops. Maybe it's the bank. See, I told you about my problem with that bank like this.
Let me take this call.
That bank,
I have a call from the UK, but this one cannot win the gift for Lasako because it's local gifts, not for international people. But thanks for calling. You're live.
Let's see if it's family.
No, I don't want the gift.
Yeah, of course
Just
not.
give it to
Before.
someone else in Nigeria.
Oh, thank you. You're a darling.
Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah. The reason I'm calling, I remember you brought a deputy governor to the program the other day.
Yes.
When they're talking about the train.
Yes.
My question, because I tried to ring, but I couldn't go through. My question to him, maybe you can pass it to him, is that the children, are they going to have discounts cards or free rides to school for the children?
On the,
Is it Lamata?
I think he's talking about the blue line.
Oh, okay. Thanks for staying with us. We have on the call right now Jetunde from Bagada. You're live. Thanks for calling. And I knew that was going to happen. Yeah. PC, let me let you go.
Okay, so I also think...
She's there.
Okay, the person's back.
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good
You're
morning.
live. Go ahead, please.
I want to say happy Valentine's to you.
Happy
all.
Valentine.
Valentine, our
Fourth
caller.
caller.
Okay.
Congratulations. You're our fourth
Thank
caller.
you.
So you get our gift from Lasako.
Oh, thank you
Yeah.
very much. Also, I want to beg the government, we are still on this money matter. They don't collect the old cash from us.
Yeah. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Begging them at the bank to collect these old notes, but they refuse to.
Oh, I think we're having a bit of a delay
Network
there.
issue. Everything
Everything is not working.
Yeah.
Network is not working. Bank is not working. In fact, bank said they close now.
Yeah.
You know, they even come
So this emefieleism that we're talking about.
Somebody
I would
correct me,
like
like emefiele syndrome.
Emefiele syndrome,
Yes.
okay. The mental health people. I think I want to use this opportunity to appeal to Nigerians to calm down. Okay, there are a lot of banks now that have been destroyed across states.
Yeah.
People are pulling out ATM banks. There's a lot of damage going on. We don't want to hear that the money that they're supposed to use to take care of us later, that they want to use it to repair these banks because they will use the money to repair the banks. So when everything has calmed down, when we have finished expressing our anger and everything calms down, those properties need to be repaired. Let's be our brother's keeper. Let's also understand that it's not the bankers' fault. They are working with the policies that they have. You know, the people who are going we're laying them on the way, you know, trying to harass those bank people. They are simple employees who are doing the job that they have been assigned to do.
But that is why...
So, wait, I wanted to just appeal. Let's calm down in the destruction of things. I know that tempers are flying. Everybody's obsessed. The stress is there for everybody. But we cannot handle anything meaningful from attacking one another.
We cannot. I totally agree with you. But what, you know, that again is CBN's fault. Because CBN put out those videos of people, banks hoarding cash. So people now, their anger is turned towards the bank.
Yeah, I know.
Or the banks, saying the money is there, bring it out, bring it out. So that's why the banks who don't have the money are just closing.
Let me take this call from Gabriel. Good morning, Gabriel. Are you there?
Good morning.
You're live. Thanks for calling. You're the fifth caller. Congratulations.
So, I want what?
You're the fifth caller. You're going to be a winner for Lasako gift.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We are in this mess because the policy is targeted on individuals. Don't forget, in 24, that is what happened. In 24, yes, that is what happened. They want to collect money from the corrupt politicians. And the same thing this year. So it is not purely an economic matter.
Yes, sir. It has nothing to do with economy. It's just a better thing that just to create problems for individuals, and see who are the people suffering now. Are they not ordinary people on the street? The people they are targeted, do you see them on the queue? Do they go to the bank?
No, sir.
It is really unfortunate. That is where we are.
Thanks. I didn't hear what Mr. Gabriel said, but
He said that this policy is to attack politicians and not to collect any money. This policy is not for the common man. It's not for any good. That it was the same thing that was done in 1984. It's happening again.
But CBN, Nima, CBN is not a political.
It's not to...
It's supposed to be for the people.
Unbiased.
Monetary policy for the people. Yes. So when did they become political? Anyway,
when they showed interest in becoming the president.
When you started showing interest in becoming president, is when they should have just given you suspension.
Exactly.
Come.
Suspension, be resignate,
I don't think they can sack him once they've...
They can't with National Assembly support.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm just saying...
But you see, why
is Jonathan not compulsorily
no, he suspended him.
He suspended him and went into compulsory retirement.
Let's go back to our mental health issue. Because
so on our mental health issue, bankers have turned frontline workers. Bankers have turned frontline workers now. They are the ones who have to execute this cash limit.
Yeah.
If I need 80,000 a day, and you tell me I can only take 20,000, the bukata that I want to go and carry need 80,000. It's you that I will attack first, which is the video slap that you were talking about. It is the CBN is not in any banks. The CBN now should be ensuring bankers' life. Because now we are seeing bankers being killed, attacked, banks being burnt. They should do something serious. And I don't know who are the other policy makers around the CBN governor, but the CBN governor cannot be bigger than Nigeria. That's what I know. Except the people around him, the presidency, they think this is okay. That's why they're allowing this to continue.
I was just thinking the other day that imagine my mother-in-law, she lives in Ekiti, and it's just that she's staying with me now. But imagine she had gone home, and there was no, right now, because she's with us, she can eat freely, she doesn't have to worry. But if she was in Ekiti by herself at this time, she doesn't have an app, she doesn't do ATMs, she has never owned an ATM card, she'd rather go to the bank to withdraw her money. She would have been frustrated by now. So imagine other people who don't even have, who their children live abroad or something, or they don't have tech, and they're senior citizens living in states that they don't have access to banks, or the banks are so far away. Imagine what they're going through. So we're in Lagos here, we are seeing of this for time.
I was listening to the radio today, this morning, when this guy called, he says his parents are in the village and they're crying, they're hungry, they don't have any money. So I don't know who, if it's politicians they're attacking, which politician has that they are suffering?
We send money home to my grandmom every month. My mom would send me to go and do the transfer. And recklessly, I did not add the POS charge. Because my grandmother does not have bank. She doesn't even have Palasa phone for USSD. She doesn't know that. She keeps her money in her purse and buys whatever she needs daily and makes her pap and dankwa, and she lives fine. Now, I went to send money and I did not even remember. My mother had to call me back. Did you add POS charge? I was like, I don't forget, say the thing affects other people. I just carried the mind of e-transactions and thought my grandmother would be fine. We are dealing with the charge now. Some of these things that we're adjusting to this life, and it's tough. My grandmother is 90 plus. She does not have time for this. Emefiele, please. Whoever is behind.
Can we need that for you?
Know how to.
Maybe if we need that.
Maybe Governor Emefiele, help us, help Nigeria. Because not even Governor Emefiele, our president was supposed to get back to us in 7 days.
Exactly.
That is today, I think.
Still having meetings.
I mean, that was on Friday. He was supposed to get back to us, so he's yet to get back to us.
No,
That's the
before
problem.
Friday. That's
7 days. Nothing has happened yet.
It was like Wednesday.
And then he had a meeting with Emefiele yesterday. And we're still waiting for a response.
And Emefiele snuck out
of the meeting.
Through the side door of Aso Rock.
So the point is that we need feedback on what's going to happen, because people need money. You cannot print 300 billion new notes and mop up almost 3 trillion naira old notes. How do they expect us to feed?
If you're actually looking for those politicians who have money, you know
Go to their house.
Go to their house. With your full chest and carry them.
Use their account balance to find them. Bushi Firstborn says there's nothing to be happy about in this country. My life savings at home is just 2K, but now I can't use it to buy something to feed on just because automatically rejection, bank service is bad. My ATM has expired last month. Nigeria should be a car park. God forbid. Nigeria will be good. Nigeria is
Nigeria will
better.
be
And we
good.
have people there. They can,
You know, the other...
they should act on this. They should not allow people, get to this point. Aruna Ngozi says, please, ladies, anybody viewed emefiele size since more than 1 week now? Same color, make on a check them.
What does that mean?
Is what?
Maybe
It's
it's a
time?
recorded video. You say we should check the tie. It's the same color. They have not changed
Hope
it. Maybe
stress has not cut
they recorded
it.
I
video.
beg, Oluwaseun Olatunde say the phone is ringing. Please speak. He wants to win prize. He has been texting since.
Actually, so the next caller, so what we're going to do right now, I'm told that we have 2 more gifts, but they're not going to be free. So I'm going to be asking questions. So whoever calls in, I'm going to ask you 1 question. If you're able to answer the question, then you get a gift. So I'm told we have 2 extra gifts, but it's not going to be just for free. But I think I'm going to wrap up on this because I'd like to start our Laseko because they are part of our show today. So far they're giving 5 of our callers gifts. We're going to be giving 2 more gifts, and we're going to be telling you what Laseko is planning concerning Valentine's. We're going to go on a break now, but in a nutshell, we understand that the emefiele syndrome is what we're experiencing as a nation right now. However, we must check our mental health.
Yeah.
Yes, we're all under stress. Those of us around people, let's see what we can help. The other day, I was asking, my wallet, I only have 2,000. No, I counted this morning, 2,500 is what I have in my wallet. Now, so once that 2,500 is exhausted,
That's it.
I need cash.
Can we say emefiele syndrome aided by Buhariism?
Hey,
Wisdom will not fail you. Wisdom will not fail you.
emefiele syndrome aided
Enabled by
Buhariism.
Buhariism. Oshe.